Hi, welcome to this week's HomeKit Show, and this week we're going to be talking about the Eufy indoor cameras that have received HomeKit support, iOS 14 public beta and what to expect from HomeKit, and also Meross, which have launched a new product to the UK, and also what to expect from them in 2020. Hi, welcome back. My name is John. If you're new around here, this channel is dedicated to everything HomeKit news, reviews and tutorials. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also the bell button. Everything that features in this video is in the description below where you can find out more information. Also, don't forget to check out the podcast version of this show. Again, the links are in the description below. So first up is iOS 14 public beta and what to expect from HomeKit. Now, I already did a full hands-on video of beta 1 of all the changes within HomeKit, and now the public beta has become available. Nothing much is different. Actually, nothing is different in this particular beta. All the things from the adaptive lighting is still not there, but mainly it's the cosmetic changes. First of all, to the iPad OMAP, that's received a significant overhaul, along with some changes to the OMAP on the iPhone. The features for HomeKit Secure Video, in particular activity zones and facial recognition, are all available in the public beta. And the activity zones do work pretty well. Facial recognition is still something that still needs to be developed over the betas, and we will see more from that when HomeKit doorbells finally arrive, as this is where the feature will benefit the most. If you are thinking of jumping into the public beta, my recommendation is take a backup of the device, especially if it's a primary device, before you install it. At least you can roll back to your previous version and you've got a clear backup. Now, it's worth pointing out, to use facial recognition and also activity zones, you need a number of things in place, and there's a lot of questions on forums, on this channel, and also direct questions I get on my social channels asking why things are not working. First of all, you need the iOS device to be running iOS 14 beta. You also need your HomeKit hub in place, and that needs to be running the relevant beta software. So in the case of the Apple TV, tvOS 14, in the case of the HomePod, iOS 14, and if you're using an iPad, again, that needs to be iOS 14. And the second thing you need is a HomeKit camera that is running HomeKit Secure Video firmware. Things like the Eufy Cam 2, the Nitatmo indoor camera, or any camera that's got HomeKit Secure Video support needs to be in place in order to work. For instance, the Nitatmo smart outdoor camera, which is not yet enabled for HomeKit Secure Video, won't work with these features. So you need all them things in place in order to use them, and I thought I'd just point that out because there is a lot of questions being asked out there and people seem to be a little bit confused about what will work and what won't work. Next up is Eufy and their indoor cameras. This week, as of Thursday night, it should have been Friday, but they seem to have pushed the release a little bit earlier. The indoor cameras, the pan and tilt and the non-pan and tilt version, received HomeKit and HomeKit Secure Video support. Now, when the cameras were first released about a month ago, they didn't have HomeKit support as promised, and this left a lot of people, first of all, confused because there was no real message about this, but then disappointed. But Eufy were quick to react and say the update would be coming in the mid-July. And they've delivered on their promise. Now, I'm not defending them in any way and saying this was the right thing to do, but they have delivered on that promise. Now, the cameras that I received 7 weeks ago and the beta version on, and I've been using it. Now, I've done a 3,000+ word review, which is on HomeKitAuthority.com, and also a 90-minute in-depth video, which is on the YouTube channel. All the links are in the description below. Now, these cameras, I found they work really well. They've got 2K resolution, and the pan and tilt version allows you to move the camera around. It's also got motion tracking and activity zones. Both cameras feature two-way audio and a number of different features, and I go in depth in the reviews on what the cameras can do. Now, it's worth pointing out that the Eufy indoor cameras, once you enable HomeKit, lose some of the native Eufy app features. For instance, it loses motion tracking, sound detection, activity zones, and some of the AI features. You also use access to using NAS and RSTSP when you enable HomeKit support. However, for the most useful feature, which I think the camera, particularly the pan and tilt, is motion tracking, you can actually enable this and get this to work within HomeKit. The simple trick is to enable motion tracking within the Eufy app, then add the camera to HomeKit. That way, the feature is already enabled and you'll have a motion tracking camera that works within HomeKit Secure Video. Now, the other bit of news around the Eufy cameras is they are available now in the UK, Germany, Canada, and I also believe France. Now, originally it was only available in the US, and these countries have now been added. Other bit of news is in the US there is a 15% discount, and in Germany there is a 20% discount. Now, these cameras are $39.99 for the non-pan and tilt and $49.99 for the pan and tilt version, which I think is a really good bargain for these cameras. Particularly, they work with HomeKit and HomeKit Secure Video. Now, there's links in the description below to take to retailers that are selling these cameras and also the relevant discount codes. Now, next up is Meross. Now, Meross are a Chinese smart home manufacturer that make HomeKit devices. Now, they've got a number of devices that are already available in the US and Europe, and they're finally now bringing some of their HomeKit compatible devices to the UK market. The first one is the smart outdoor Wi-Fi plug, which has become available this week. Now, the unit itself is $36.99 and it's available on Amazon. Now, the company sent over a review unit for me to look at. I've not really had a chance to give it any testing for this video, and I will be pushing out a full review over the next couple of weeks. However, they claim on the box it's IP64 rated, but on the device itself, around the sockets, it says IP44. Now, I'm fully familiar with what these IP ratings mean. What I'm confused with why there is different IP ratings on the device. Now, this may be down to the fact, and this is what I think, the overall device is IP64, but the socket area is IP44. That's just a guess. Now, I've reached out to Meross to clarify that, and I'll come back. Now, the device itself is a really sturdy unit, but it is quite compact. The cable itself is not that long. Now, the sockets have a nice snapback, and it seems really good, and I'm going to review this in the best possible way to give you my opinion. Now, they're also going to be bringing out a number of different devices to the UK market. Starting next week, their indoor smart plug will be available. The company have not said the price point yet, but I expect it to be in line with the US and European pricing structure. So these will be reasonably priced smart plugs that work with HomeKit. When I get more information, I will give that out on the social media channels. Also, as well, the company have revealed they're going to be bringing their power strip to the UK market that will work with HomeKit. Now, this is expected to arrive around September time. This is going to be another interesting product given the UK market does not have any power strips that are available that work with HomeKit. So that's the end of this week's HomeKit show. Hopefully you found it useful, and hopefully you've got something out of it, particularly around the new products from Meross or the Eufy indoor cameras if you've not heard about HomeKit support. If you've got any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you've liked this video, and also don't forget to subscribe and follow us on our social media channels. Also, don't forget to check out HomeKitAuthority.com for more news, reviews and tutorials. Thank you very much. I'll speak to you soon.